Hello and welcome back to the Intel Brief. Today is Friday, the 24th of April. I'm your host Daniel, and today we're going to talk about a US soldier has allegedly made 400 grand from betting on the Maduro raid and been arrested. The Iranian Prince in exile has called for a regime change while visiting Berlin, and Prince Harry has made a surprise visit to Ukraine. So firstly, a US Army Special Forces soldier has been charged with using classified information to make more than $400,000 betting on an online prediction market tied to the January operation that captured former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, the US Justice Department said on Thursday. The individual from North Carolina allegedly used sensitive details from the mission to place around 13 wagers on Polymarket, an online betting market, that the US forces would enter Caracas and depose Maduro. According to the acting attorney general, he participated in planning and execution of the military operation to capture Maduro and used his access to classified information to profit on the raid. He later moved the money to a foreign cryptocurrency account before transferring it into a new brokerage account, prosecutors have alleged. So what? I mean, it's good to see that people are getting arrested for this type of activity because the amount of insider trading going down on Polymarket and Kalshi is absolutely fucking mental, to be completely honest. While it's unlikely it's going to put people off, basically just due to the huge upsides, being able to make massive amounts of money from insider information, it shows that people can be caught and charged. You know, tracking people through cryptocurrency is relatively easy due to the way cryptocurrency works. So, you know, if you're going to do it, be aware. But yeah, it shows people can be caught. You can be tracked down and you will be charged by the US. Don't know if other countries will do it, but hey, the US are getting involved, which is a good sign. And it's possible we're going to see more arrests like this, as it happens a lot on Polymarket. There's lots of stories about people insider trading on geopolitical events and, you know, some pretty shady bets being put, not just on Polymarket, to be completely honest, some pretty dodgy bets being placed on the US stock exchange as well, but it's probably government insiders, so it'll be a little bit different, I am sure. And next, the exiled son of Iran's former Shah urged European governments not to appease the Iranian leadership, saying that continuing to negotiate would only keep the current power system in place. In a statement in Berlin, he said, if you think you can make peace with this regime, you're sorely mistaken, and that there will never be stability, even if a watered-down version of the system survives. He said that Europe faces a choice between the dying regime that endangers us all or a free Iran. The regime has never been so fragile, he also added, and it is a wounded beast. So what? I mean, it seems unlikely at this stage that there's going to be a revolution, in my opinion. The people clearly don't have the desire to rise up against the current government. If they did, they would have by now. As I've talked about before, I think the people that were quite keen and, you know, willing to take up arms against the government were eliminated in a protest earlier this year. And also seems like he lacks the support needed to get the people to rise up. From everything I've read, he doesn't really have as much support in Iran as people have hypothesized or talked about in the West. And that while there is a lot of resentment against the regime within Iran, there isn't the support for him that he kind of claims or, you know, foreign actors kind of put out. And yeah, the EU should maintain sanctions, in my opinion, but these are unlikely to change the situation. I do think we are going to have basically a wounded regime for quite some time, which is a very dangerous thing. But, you know, it's the outcome of the decisions that the US administration has made. And lastly, Prince Harry, the youngest son of King Charles III, made a surprise visit to the Ukrainian capital Kyiv on Thursday. The prince, who arrived on an overnight train from Poland, was filmed getting off the train and greeting people on the platform by Britain's ITV News. The broadcasters quoted that he said, "It's good to be back in Ukraine," as stepping off the train. Harry told the news agency that he wanted to remind people back home and around the world that Ukraine is still up against it and need the support of people and partners to do their extraordinary work every hour of every day in incredibly tough conditions. So what? I think this is like part of his charity work. He runs the Invictus charity, which is a veterans charity for injured soldiers, and runs a sporting event for them. So it's likely that this is part of that work, visiting people in Ukraine who are heavily affected by the conflict. And it is good to see people continuing to highlight the conflict, even as other conflicts rage around the world. In my opinion, Ukraine is still an extremely important battle that we need to come out victorious of. So, we need to keep talking about it and keep highlighting what Russia is doing and how Ukraine is countering them. But anyway, that has been your Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel. Please give this video a like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. If you're enjoying this stuff, please let me know down in the comments below. Cheers. See you.